Hi there. My name is Detroit Miracle, and I want to be the next person who congratulates LeBron James on becoming the all time leading scorer of the NBA. Really, it is based on an accumulation of points in the regular season, which is totaled up to the sum of 38,388, I believe. That's what LeBron needed to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And now it's LeBron James at number one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at number two, and Karl Malone at number three. Now look, we all appreciate what LeBron James has brought to that sport, and he is an amazing player. Hey, I'm a Detroit Piston fan. I grew up in Detroit, and I saw that rivalry between Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. But still, I have to give it to Jordan as far as being the all-time greatest NBA player that ever lived to date. When you figure in all of his accolades, all of his talents, all of his skill sets, all of his accomplishments, and all of his rewards rather. Yeah, I have to still figure in that. And then Michael Jordan retired. He left for like a year and a half and then came back and he won like I think another couple of championships or won like I think the boy he won three after returning to the NBA after taking a year and a half off. No player has ever done that. I know I can go off into the Jordan thing all night, but I'm talking about LeBron James and his accomplishment mostly. I'm here to say that now I believe that all-time leading scorer title is overrated when you think about it. Think about it. It involves having 38,000 points and 388, 38,388. That's the all-time leading score record. But LeBron has scored more points since then, so it keeps growing. I'm saying that scoring 38,000 and something points isn't that amazing or astounding. If it was like set at 50 to 100,000 points, that would be amazing. You figure that any good enough player could score 38,000 points over his career. You would figure that. If you think about it, if you add up the seasons, each player might play a minimum of 10 or 12 seasons. And if that person is a great scorer, you figure they can accumulate that many points. So 38,000 is something to be the leading scorer in the NBA doesn't seem and appear to be that amazing to me personally. I'm not saying that it isn't a great accomplishment, but if you needed like 70,000 or 100,000 points, then that would be mind-boggling and amazing there. From my perspective viewpoint, 38,000 and something points doesn't seem like a whole lot, even if it is a lot. I know many will or some feel the same as I do. What's his name? Wilt Chamberlain, rather, not Kareem. We know Kareem played 20 seasons and he was a consistent good scorer on teams. But on the other hand, they said Wilt Chamberlain was scoring 50 points a game. And then Wilt Chamberlain even set a record for scoring 100 points in a game. And now that is pure amazing. I don't think any other player has ever reached 100 points. I think some might have reached in the high 60s or even 70, but not 100. I know some would say Will Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was a huge ball hog. I'm calling him Will. He looks like a Will. You know what I mean? To score 100 points inside of a game, that means you would have had to have taken just about every shot. And what about the rest of the team? They couldn't score points. But that is another story. We're talking about LeBron James. Yeah, when he hit that 38,388 to become the first and all-time accumulated point scorer, everybody went crazy. But I was like thinking that, wow, I thought the scoring title, I thought it was higher than 38,000 and something. I thought it was at least 50,000 or better. I'm like, 38,000 doesn't seem like a whole lot of points to get if you're a consistent scorer and you've been in the league about 10 or 15 years, but you would have to have played at least 15 years to get a crack at becoming the all-time leading scorer. I know it's just my take on it. It doesn't seem that amazing to score 38,388 points. It doesn't. It's overrated. Because, like I said, any great player that's ever played in the NBA should have been able to get that easily. Yeah, if Isaiah would have played an extra 6 or 7 years, he would have had a shot at it. But we know he had to get leg surgery or he had calf problems, like spurs in his calves. So that led to him only playing about 11 or 12 seasons. Then he had to retire. But we know there have been a lot of great scorers in the NBA, a lot of all-stars. That's what I mean, and it doesn't seem like that it will be too difficult for any of them to reach more than 38,000 points in the NBA. We know that LeBron has been proclaimed like a Superman of the NBA, and I can't take that away from him. Yeah, he's done a lot statistic-wise, but reaching more than 38,000 points isn't something that sends me into a shock or an epic type of surprise. Maybe it's just me or maybe it ain't me. So I just had to let you know that. And now I'm not player hating LeBron or any of those other guys. I'm just saying that was incredibly overrated because 38,000 points doesn't seem like a lot of points if you are a good scorer or a great scorer. And it seemed like 25, 30 people in the NBA could have reached that easily. Of course, with them being consistent, good scorers, and you couldn't have been injured much and sat out of many games. But we know things happen. Well, folks, let me know what you think about what I just said. Please send those comments in and throw those likes in as well, or dislikes. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, which is Detroit Miracle. YouTube.